What's up, everyone? Michael Nazari here from Find Fulfilling Work, and in this episode I'm going to be going over a exercise from a book that I found that I think will be really helpful to anyone trying to figure out what job they want to do, either like what job you want to do next or more broadly your passion, which I tend to kind of veer away from that subject of how to find your passion because it's such a large subject. It's much easier to think about what do I want my next job to be, but we're going to go through kind of everything here. So a big problem when people think about what job they want to do is all they really think about is just the job title. They consider something like pharmacist or teacher or programmer or UX designer, these types of things, and all they're considering is what images that word brings to mind. They're not thinking about the actual job, and aside from the actual job, meaning the tasks that you do day to day, the tasks that a UX designer does or a programmer or something like that, there are other aspects to the job that are just significant as the tasks. For example, the environment. You could be a school teacher in an inner city school in Chicago, or you can be a school teacher in a rural country area outside of Texas. Those two things are going to be totally different experiences. So if you're not thinking about that, you might teach in one setting and hate it. And just to relay my experience of this, when I got my first job at a startup company, it was in person in a call center, and our customers were these small business owners, and anytime they were calling, it was super stressful situation. Like some small business owner would be calling and they would have a line out the door, and the POS system, the point of sale system, the thing they would use to run credit cards and make process transactions, would go down, and then they would call us, and that was stressful as someone answering phones. I was doing customer support. So I lasted only 4 months and I hated it, and I thought the startup world just wasn't for me. And so after that, I went into the medical field. I worked as a medical scribe for 6 months after that, realized that wasn't for me either. And then I got another job. The next job after that medical scribe one was as being a customer support rep again. This time it was remote, and the customers were a lot easier. They were buying bedding. It was at a organic bedding company. So it was a little more chill. They would buy something. If they didn't like it, we would return it for them, and it wasn't a big deal. But rarely would we get people that were super pissed off. It wasn't a high stress situation. So then I realized, it was the environment. It was that industry, which was small business owners, and the product was like a huge piece of their business. If it went down, they wouldn't be able to run their business. So that industry, what I didn't realize was the wrong one. But it wasn't the job. It wasn't the entire startup world working at companies. That wasn't the issue. So that's one, the environment. The other thing is the industry. Let's say you're working in marketing in an environmental company versus someone working in marketing in a business-to-business software company. It's just going to feel different. If you're doing one and you can get behind the mission, that's much more fulfilling than doing marketing in a company where you just don't really care about the product, or at least it isn't aligned with something that you naturally care about. So to walk through this exercise, I recommend getting out a piece of paper and a pencil. You can do this on your laptop or any digital note-taking thing as well. But I personally like writing it down, not because I'm old-fashioned, but there's something else going on when you're actually using your hand to write stuff out. And this exercise consists of 3 different parts that we're going to write about. So the first one is, what tasks do you actually enjoy doing in and of themselves? So this could be things like writing, video editing, making videos, talking to people on the phone. It could be anything. Just make a list. There's no right or wrong. Don't try and tie it to some money-making thing or a job. Just get as many items on the list as you want. I literally put one like making jokes in meetings. I like doing that. That didn't prove relevant in what job I like, but I just had to get it out. If it comes to your mind, just write it down. It could be debating. I put things like creating marketing plans, doing like marketing strategy. I put organizing information to make it presentable, like in a knowledge base. I do that at work. So just take a minute, make a list of as much as you can. Take 5 to 10 minutes to do that. Next is the context. What environments do you enjoy working in? So this could be something like a small office or big office, small company, big company. It could be fast-paced, slow-paced. It could be a sunlit office in a nice part of the city, like downtown. Think about anything, any aspect of your environment, the physical, but also the dynamics. Is it fast? Are you working with a small group of people? Are you working on your own? You have teammates? Do you have a boss who's helping you? Think about all these different parts of a job that are built into the environment. So these are separate from the task itself, separate from marketing or writing or whatever thing you enjoy doing. Think about the people around you, the physical environment, what time of day, is it just Monday through Friday? All these aspects are important in the environment. You might think you might like filmmaking, but maybe you end up hating the schedule of doing nights or days or weekends or all these different things. So that's why we're trying to drill into what environment you enjoy. The next is content. So what industries or fields or the content of the work, what do you enjoy doing most in that regard? Let's say you like writing. Well, what do you like writing about? It could be health, it could be wellness, it could be the environment, software, business to business, it could be anything. So most people don't enjoy writing in and of itself. They like writing about a specific topic, exploring a specific topic. Same with project management or marketing or projects or speaking or anything that you enjoy doing. Just think about what industries interest you. For me, it would be career, education, business. I like health and wellness too. The creator economy is interesting to me. Now that you have these three lists, you can think of jobs that combine all three. There's a graphic that comes with this activity. I'll put it in the blog post that goes along with this video, and I'll try and include it in the video somewhere as well. But basically, you're trying to think of like a 3-circle Venn diagram and a job that combines all three of these. Now, is this gonna be perfect? Like, you can think of your perfect job, and let's say you find it, a writing job that's remote in the health and wellness space, and for some reason you hate it. It's not perfect, but it provides some sort of direction that you can at least try. So think about what jobs you like. For example, if your task was writing, your content was health and wellness, and your environment was your remote office, like just working at home, you might think of a freelance writing job at a gym company or like something in the food nutrition space. Or it could be a full-time writing, copywriting job, content strategist, content creator job. Then once you have that, you now have a list of jobs that are a little more likely to be things that you'll find fulfilling if you pursue. I recommend trying to do a small project that would give you a taste of the job. I keep using the writing example, but if it was, rather than trying to find a full-time writing job in the health and wellness space, see if you can just get a writing gig on Upwork, even if it pays $10, or see if you can do it for free. It'll tell you if you like it or not. Exploring and trying out and experimenting jobs that you might like is a whole other video that I have to make, but to put it simply, you want to make the experiments small. Rather than going back to school or getting a whole certificate, can you take one class or watch one YouTube video about learning it? Rather than trying to get a full-time job, can you get a gig on Upwork or Fiverr? So hopefully that provides a little more clarity and gives you at least some hints and clues as to what you might try next. Again, you're not thinking of this in terms of, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? That's not what we're thinking here. We're thinking, what's the next thing that I want to try? You try it, you'll have more information, and from there you can try the next thing. I hope you found this helpful. Follow, like, share, subscribe, do all those things. Share this with someone if you think there's someone in your life that can find this valuable. Comment below if you have any questions or comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.